this and have it ready for you guys in a recap to you after the class. That being said, if you're joining me here today by a mobile device that you called in on, or you aren't logged in under your CB NorCal, please do put your first and last name into the meeting chat so that I can remember to include you in the recap today. So what is the Intouch mobile device or mobile application? Let me start over. Today's agenda, I'm going to show you guys how to set up your account. We're going to talk about setting up your quick texts and your emails. We're going to talk about the features, and I'm going to actually hop in and do 2 separate demos for you guys. So bear with me as we go through this, because I'm not only going to demo on my desktop device today, I'm going to try and demo for you on my my cell phone as well. So we are going to learn how to add contacts, how to add a note, how to add a reminder, how to send an email, and how to send a text directly from your Intouch app. So it's pretty cool stuff. The Intouch mobile app or Market Leader app. So Market Leader is the company that we have our Intouch through. So you're going to want to find a Market Leader app. I'll show you guys the icon that you're going to look for in both of the Google Play and Apple Store. But you are able to send emails, update your listing alerts, add contacts, add notes right there on your phone. So if you are potentially at an open house, or if you're in the grocery store, or if you're at your kid's school and you know you're talking to someone, you can pop them in right there, send them information. And it just really is it's syncing up your whole business, because anything that's going out there Intouch is of course going to drive the traffic back to your website, where you're staying top of mind with them the entire time. So how do we go about setting up the Intouch Market Leader app? I've got some really great step-by-step instructions here for you guys that are going to be in these slides. And I'm also going to go through and demo it for you guys and just show you where you're going to find the information. But first and foremost, and the links to both places are here. So first and foremost, you're going to want to download the app. And the Market Leader app looks like this icon here. So you're going to look for lowercase m, lowercase l, and you want to have that little flag on top of the L. That is going to indicate that that's the correct app that you want to download. Now, once you open it up, it's first going to ask you whether you already have an account or if you need to start up an account. You do already have an account. In order for you to log in and sync, you're going to need 2 things. One is going to be your CRM email. And you can see right here is an example of that email. So your CRM email is not your CB NorCal or your CB Realty email. It is your name or whatever you chose as your domain at cbintouch.com. And I'm going to show you exactly where it shows you exactly this. The second thing is that you're going to need a PIN. So this process is a lot simpler if you're sitting at a desktop device, or you've got your iPad or your tablet in front of you and can log into Intouch through my CB desk, and then log into do the startup in the Market Leader app on your mobile device. So it's really kind of have to have 2 devices to make it real simple for you. You could go back and forth if you just want to do it from your mobile device, but that is how I would suggest to you guys to do it and do it easily. So you need your CRM email, and you need a PIN that you're going to create or generate in Intouch. So if you go into Intouch, you go up to the top, you hit on your account and go to My Account. You're going to notice in the drop-down menu that's right here in this section, there's a mobile choice. When you get to the mobile choice, it actually is going to give you the step-by-step, but of course, if you're on your desktop device, you're not trying to download Market Leader to your computer, so you're going to want to go on your phone, go to your store, and search for Market Leader. Once you've got the app installed, you're going to generate your PIN. What's awesome is when you click on this, it actually opens up and is going to show you what your CRM email address is. So if you're going through the process, you're not completely sure what your CRM email address is, you can find it once you click Create PIN. When you create this pin, you get exactly 3 minutes to enter that pin into your mobile device to sync up your accounts. But don't fret, if you run out of time, you can just go ahead and recreate a new pin or regenerate the new pin right here. Okay. And once you've got that installed on your and synced up, you do want to, you're going to get a pop-up notification that says, do you want to allow for push notifications? And I would highly suggest to you that you do. Those are those little pings to let you know that you've got some sort of new note or some new traffic to your site. Just going to keep you really up to date. Maybe you've got some reminders that you've got set for yourself, and those are all going to pop through in those notifications. Okay, so I'm going to pause for a second, see if there's any questions out there. I don't see anything in the chat. Does anybody have any questions so far? Because I am going to go in and demo, actually show you guys the demo of where to go to get this stuff. No questions. Okay, awesome. So I'm excited here. Oh, go ahead.
Hey, I missed that. How do I get the pin? Sorry, I'm in Intouch.
No problem. Yeah, so I'm actually going to walk you guys through real quick. So you're going to go into Intouch, of course. Go to your account here, go to my account, and then I'll just shortly note as well, your CRM email is listed here too. But if you click on mobile and then click create pin, you're going to generate that pin and also see your CRM email address there. Any questions? You're going to get those 3 minutes and then you pop that in there and it should sync up pretty fast on your phone. You should be able to access your contacts, all those goodies. Any questions with the syncing section? Cool. All right. Before I go into the mobile device, and I'm sure you guys are all sitting there kind of playing with it because you might be your first time in, but do pay attention for just a moment so that I can bring you guys attention to where you're going to set up those emails or those quick texts. So if you hop into email settings, you've got email quick texts right here and your templates. This is what you're going to use to have the quick text option with your notifications for your text and your email. So this is where you want to put them when you, and I'll show you the little icon in just a moment that you're going to see on your phone. Of course, we'll walk through it together. But if you want to create something, so say, hey, thank you for reaching out, would love to help you with any of your real estate needs, something that you send very frequently, maybe it's your first, second, third response with a new contact. If you want to be able to send those via text, you can create a quick text in here and be able to just choose this already done and send it off. The other thing is you can set up email messages too. So instead of texting, maybe you want to be able to have a few preset templates for your emails. You can add them in here. It's super simple to add. You just click on create new. Now, I've created a couple just test ones for today's class, but let's hop in here. One thing that I think is very important to note is for your email templates, you can add in a merge field. And what does that mean, Brittany? It means that from the contact's profile that you're emailing, it will pull their name, it'll pull their address, it'll pull whatever you want to into that significant spot that you put this merge field. So for emails, for instance, you could say, hi, and then I want to add in my field with my contact's first name. Perhaps I want to add in their last name as well. So I put a space and I'm going to put in last name and then comma. And we can say, something along the lines of how can Coldwell Banker help you today? We don't need to put in any salutations at the end. If you already have set up your email signature, you can do something like kind regards here though. And then you do not need to put in your signature here. Your signature is going to be pulled from your email signature. So I don't know why that disappeared, but we're going to go into the example that I already had set up here. So I have kind regards here and I hit save. And now I've got this as my email template and I'll show you guys where that's going to be in the mobile section of today's demo. Your email signature is something that you want to set up. You can add in a photo here if you'd like to. You could keep it real plain with some text, your contact information and adding that in. But this will be included in any of those formatted templates for our quick text email. So you're seeing, I just want to let you guys know, and something else to know. You can see here for my test for today's class, I have both email message noted and text message. If you're going to be setting up text message, quick texts, make sure somewhere in the title of that template, you're putting that this is for text or for email. The text message, you'll notice I did not put in those merge fields because there is no way to pull that into your text. So it's not a function that you're going to see in there. So for texts, you won't be able to add merge fields. For emails, you will. I've just put in a placeholder here that said enter first name as a reminder to myself to enter that contact's first name. Any questions with any of this? And you can add tons of them. And I'm actually going to include in the recap to you guys some sample quick texts and quick emails. And I do see a hand up. Sheila, if you have a question.
Yeah, if you put a picture in on your signature, what's the format? How big can it be?
I would do like a 1.5 by 1. If you're going to go by inches, that's usually what I kind of see, a little bit more of a portrait. It of course depends on what the picture is and if you need any help with that. But I believe when you do add in a picture, so let's try this out for fun. Let me go into email signature here and let's see if we can pop my picture in. Okay. So this might be a little more complicated than I had originally thought. Intouch has changed most of it so that you can actually just pop in, upload an image directly in there. For this, we're going to have to add it into our image gallery and then take the source code for that and pop it in here. And Sheila, if you want to, you can hang out a little bit after we're done with the actual market leader section, and I can show you exactly how to do that.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it seems a lot scarier than it actually is. It's very easy to do. So, but we'll come back to that towards the end.
Okay.
Okay. All right, but that was a great question. I wasn't prepared for that one. I love it. Okay, so back to the quick texts. You're gonna add as many as you want. Think of the things that you send very over and over and over again anytime you get new contacts or when you're working with buyers, stuff like that. Those are the things that you want to put in here to make your life easy. And of course, I will include in the slides that I have here, I'm going to include a link to where you guys can get some sample templates for those. Now, before I hop into the mobile section of this and start sharing my phone, I just want to leave it open for just a second if we have any questions. All right. Okay, well, bear with me, you guys, as I transfer to sharing my phone screen. Give me just a second here. Okay, make sure that that's popping up there for you guys. And now can you guys see my phone screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, that's my dog Bella in the background. But let's go over to our market leader app here. So I'm going to log in, and it's first going to take you to just pretty much your dashboard here, kind of a little bit of a view of what we've got going on. So if you click on the hamburger menu in the top right, you can go to your emails, your inbox, your iCloud, your sents. You can go to your contacts. You can go to your reminders. And then if you have anything you want to set up in the admin section, you can do so here. So you can check your emails. You can stay in contact. Our first stop is going to be to go into contacts. Now, You'll notice in the top right hand of the screen, there's a plus sign. If you wanted to add a new contact, you just tap on that plus sign. You enter their first name, last name, phone number. You can add in their email address, their address. You can put in the preferred way of contact with them. And then if you you want to add an important date, you can save that all in here. Once you save the contacts, they'll be added into your all contacts, of course, and you can pop into their account. Now, if you want to add in a note, so say you want to remember this person from the open house, say they had red shoes on, or they had a cute puppy or something like that. In order to add a note, you do need to click on the edit button. And then if you scroll down, you'll be able to go in and you can see we have some new information, other wants and needs. If you want to put into, what their max budget is and what they're looking for, if it was a referral, and then you can add in some additional information that we weren't able to when we were initially, when we were initially adding that specific contact. Okay. From their contacts page, though, out of the edit mode, we can add in reminders. So if I wanted to remind myself to give this person a call in a couple of days, I could pop in here. I can add in either a task, something that maybe I need to complete for them, a phone number, or if I need to give them a call. And then if you've set up a meeting with them, you can go ahead and add that all in there. You can adjust the date. You can adjust the time, save that, and then you'll automatically get updates with those push notifications. When that reminder time comes up, you'll have that contact information, everything right there in front of your phone. So if you're out at Starbucks having a coffee, you can do all your reminders and your calls in, a matter of minutes. You can look at all of the properties. So if you've got them on a listing alert, you can take a look at the properties that they've taken a look at. You can look and go through the different listing alerts and searches that they've done. If you want to add them to a campaign that you have running, so say you've got a holiday campaign or buyer lead, or maybe you have them on the newsletter, you want to add them to the newsletter, you can go ahead and indicate that here. So you can, within the first couple of minutes of meeting someone, already have them set up to receive drip campaigns from you. You can add them to a group. So if you've got some active groups going and you want to add them to either buyers or sellers or colleagues, you can add that in there. And then you can take a look at the bottom here at your timeline. So if you've reached out to them, if you've done something if you've emailed them something, that's all going to show here with your recent contact with them. And then again, if you want to add a note to their account, you can do that at the bottom. So lots of functionality and lots of things that you're able to do within the first couple of minutes of adding them to your Intouch account. Any questions with the contact information? Cool. All right. So I put myself in here. I'm going to go ahead and search for myself so that I can show you guys the text and email functions. So say I wanted to go ahead and give myself a text message or email. We'll start off with email. I'm going to click on the email at the very bottom of the screen. I can pop in a subject line. I can type in my own message, or if you'll notice in the bottom right-hand corner, that's that quick text icon. It's the circle with the blue in it. If I click on that, I now can see the quick text templates that I chose that I input into the desktop version of Market Leader. So if I just wanted to go real quick and send them this text message, I've got my first name, contact, and last name in there. So when I receive this email, I'll actually see Brittany Frampton and the message that I put in there. And then here's my signature line. I can include showcase properties from my websites. Those are all the featured properties you have on your website. You can, of course, attach, which is what the paperclip icon indicates. And then you can hit send, and it'll send that contact a email which is really easy because then I will have that noted in my timeline. So I can see the last time I sent them a email. So it makes it really easy, especially again, if you have multiple things like sometimes you're just like, oh, I cannot believe I'm sending this email again. That's the kind of stuff I want you guys to put into your quick text to make your life a whole lot easier. Now, I'll just bring it up because it's easy, but you can make a phone call directly from here. So it brings up my phone number and I can just boom, hit that, and I can say I can call them through my mobile device. And you also get prompted to add in a note. So if there was something that, I don't know if I'll bring that back up again. So once you're done with the phone call, you're going to get a prompt here to add in some kind of note. So something you talked about, maybe you had, maybe, you know, they're not interested right now, they're having surgery, call me in 3 months. That's the kind of stuff that you want to put into the note section so that you can jog your memory when you do get there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this. Alrighty. Now, if I want to send a quick text, and this one's fun too, I can, by all means, put in whatever I want. So if you wanted to send a personalized text directly through this device or through, sorry, excuse me, Market Leader app, you can. But you'll see here, again, I have that text option here, quick text option. I'm going to go ahead and test for class with my quick text. So now I have that. I need to go ahead and change this out. So I put in that name because remember, we're not able to pull the merge for text message, but we can for the emails. So I've got my quick text in here and I'm going to hit done and I'm going to go ahead and hit send. And it's going to automatically bring me into that feed so I can see exactly what it's going to text to them. Go ahead and hit that send and you've sent off a text message to that contact. So one thing I will say is it's not going to indicate that you texted them in your notes. All right. So what you want to do is, oh, I guess it really does. Never mind, I take that back. So it will notate for you that you sent a text on a specific day, because you can see this when I was playing around with it yesterday, that those text messages had been sent out. So that's great. That's actually a surprise to me. And then lastly, you can set up those reminders. And I know we kind of talked about that already, but same thing here at the bottom, you have the option to quickly add in a reminder to either give a call to phone, maybe have a meeting coming up. And it just makes it super convenient for you guys to be able to reach out to your contacts, have everybody right in front of you, a huge database. Maybe you've got your database all in there, but you don't have everybody's phone numbers on your phone, which why would you? And this is going to make it super simple for you to sit, have a cup of coffee in the morning, catch up with everybody that you need to, and continue on with your day. So, Marianne Rochette, your CRM email is going to be, and let me switch back over. So we can go into some of the questions that we had, unless before I stop here. Does anybody have any questions before I leave the mobile demo portion of this demo?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, my only question is, do we have to set this up in Intouch on our desktop first for our mobile phone?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yeah. So you're definitely going to want to set up the Intouch account first. And Patricia, that is something that we're going to work together to do too, because we need to get your MLS IDX feed set up for Intouch too, so you can have it all functioning really well.
Okay.
But we can circle back to that for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Before I leave mobile app, any other questions? I see a couple coming through, and I think they're probably going to be answered easier on the desktop, but go ahead, Sheila.
Can I change my email in my CRM email address?
No, because that's done initially when you set up your account. So you won't be able to. It is something, if you are a pro account user, that I could get you the IT number for Market Leader and they could help you with. Or if you are just a basic user, which is totally great, we'll have to go through our IT and have them bring that to market later. So are you basic user?
A what?
Are you a basic user?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so the one thing I will say though is, excuse me, you guys, is it's not super important. So your CRM email is the email that's going out to your contacts when you're sending like drip campaigns and things like that. But if you set that reply to your CB NorCal, your clients aren't ever going to see the CB Intouch email address. They're just going to be corresponding with you with the CB Realty or CB NorCal email. So anything client facing, it's kind of hidden behind the scenes. So it's not a huge thing that you'll need to change. But if you'd like to, we can look into that for you.
No, it's as long as it doesn't go out there, it's not another thing I have to check to see if anyone sent anything to that address.
Yep, you're good.
Fine.
And if you have the mobile app on your device, you're going to get a notification when you do if there's randomly one that goes into your CB Intouch email. So I wouldn't be alarmed if with that CB Intouch email.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to pop off of here and I'm going to go back into sharing my screen from my desktop device. Now, so coming back to the quick text and the email signature, I also, just because it just came up and I'll show you real quick, what I do want all of you to make sure is done. So you'll notice that here in this section of my account in Intouch, I have two emails. I have CRM email and I have my external email, okay? We want to make sure that your external email is the email that you're using. So whether that is or is not the CB NorCal or Realty email, if it's your Gmail, make sure that where you're going at your number one place to get your email, that's what that external email needs to be. And then your reply to email needs to be set to your external email. So if you go into edit, you have the option here as your reply to email, either your CRM email or your external email, and you want to make sure that it's turned to external email. Okay. So just pop that in there. That's where you're going to put your personal one and then turn this on to external email. This, though, is going to be, again, the email that you're going to use to sync your mobile device with your market leader account when you're first setting it up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save those changes and I'm going to go into email settings. Now, so it wanted source code when I put in an image into my email settings. Okay, so if I wanted to put a picture of myself in here, I would need to first house that image in Intouch. And how do we go about doing that? So you're going to want to go to your marketing center. Okay, and from the marketing center, you want to go into images. All right, so images right here. And then you can upload whatever image under the sun you'd like to, and that you want to pop into into your signature, however that may be. So maybe I want to add in the Coldwell Banker fun little logo here. All right. So once I've uploaded the image, I'm going to open the image up. So I just hit the blue icon here. Okay. Or the blue text. And then what I want to do is I want to right click on this image. And then I want to go to right here where it says copy image address. So right click and then copy image address. All right. Close out of here. Go back into my email settings. Go back to that email signature here. And then I want to tap this image icon, and I'm just going to paste that image. So the image address, the image that we just copied the address for, we're just pasting it directly in here. You can put on the constraints, which is going to keep it proportioned the way we had it before, but you can put in your own dimensions. I usually just go ahead and add it. And then if I need to make it smaller, I can just grab these corners and drag and drop them and make them smaller than they are. Same thing for bigger, okay? And if I want to move it, I can move it. I should probably move the text. I'm just a little bit, add my text in there. And now I've got a cool little email signature, and I just hit save on that. So first thing, house the image, upload it into Intouch, then open it up, copy image address, pop back over to where you want to add it to, hit the image icon, paste that in, and then you can kind of adjust the sizing once you've inputted it into the email signature. And I'm sure that one's going to come with a couple questions, so I'll open it again to anybody who has any questions.
I've got one.
Yeah, go for it.
Does the text have a signature on it?
No, it does not.
Okay.
But that being said, it is something that, like, if you wanted to include, say, your license number in all of them, pop it into the template itself, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, because it will be included in what you text out, it just doesn't pull the email signature section in. So you'd want to put that into the actual template.
Okay.
But very good question. Any other questions out there? I'm feeling pretty good. We got a lot done in about 30 minutes. I guess I'll pull up my presentation slides here real quick to show you guys what you're going to be getting included in. So of course, hopefully you guys, as we went along, you were able to get yours already set up. But some more information on setting up quick texts, some kind of tips and tricks for it. So and this is important to kind of point out, for the text messages, you want to keep those to under 160 characters. What's really nice is right in the bottom right-hand corner when you're in there creating your template, it's going to tell you how many characters you're using up. So you can keep it under that 160. And then again, here's that icon to send the quick text. And you want to make sure you indicate whether it's an email or a text in what you're naming it, so you can keep those separated. Here is a really great way to kind of boost your productivity. It's a video that Market Leader did with one of their instructors. I found it helpful if you ever need something to come back to. Hopefully today's class kind of clarified everything that you're able to do in there. But this, if you click on the image here, the video image, it's going to take you to the page that not only has this video training, but it's also got those templates we were talking about. So if you're thinking about some of the different, you're not quite sure what you want to throw in there, there might be some options there for you to just kind of copy and paste in. And with that, I just want to say thank you to everybody. If you do have questions or anything comes up as you're going along the way and playing with this new fun app, please let me know. And I will have a recording and a recap out to you guys here shortly.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
You guys have
Bye.
a great day and an awesome week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.